Hey guys, it's Amy and we are back with some more books. I'm excited to talk about the recommendations I have today because we are getting into fall and I have some great fall book recommendations. I've got spooky to cozy, from adult fantasy and fiction to middle grade fantasy, and even graphic novels. So we've got a lot to cover, so let's get into it. First, we have some spooky recommendations, and one of my favorites, a classic to start with, is Edgar Allan Poe. His stories are perfect for fall time, lots of spooky vibes. So I've got 3 short stories for you today. And first is The Telltale Heart, which is a story about a man who wants to commit the perfect crime and how it affects his mind. And it is definitely a trip. Definitely spooky vibes. Next, we've got The Fall of the House of Usher, and it's about a man who visits the home of a childhood friend of his and how the man and his twin sister dwell in this melancholy, strange realm in this house. Definitely haunted house vibes. Last but not least, probably my favorite, is The Cask of Amontillado. It's about a man who seeks revenge on a man that insulted him. They meet at a carnival and he lures him into the catacombs of his home. Definitely spooky. My next recommendation is one that I actually just finished recently in August, and it is The Spells for Forgetting by Adrienne Young. I read her series, the Fable series, and I wanted to read more of her works, but this was definitely a different kind of book. It's an adult fiction with some witchy magic. It kind of has some Twin Peaks mystery vibes. It is about a girl who is murdered and how it becomes a cold case, and then the suspect of the murder mysteriously returns to the town, and it's about how the murder affected everybody in the town. And there's definitely some mysteries with the people in the town. And this island where the murder happened, there's just a lot of mysteries surrounding the island. It's definitely an adult fantasy. There is some language, there's some spice in it, but if you're into a whodunit mystery with drama, this would definitely be a book for you. Next up, I've got some adult cozy fantasies for you. And first is The Very Secret Society of Irregular Witches by Sengu Mandana. It's about a witch who pretends she's a witch on social media and is discovered by a family who needs her to come and tutor 3 young witches. It's got found family. It has really sweet and cozy vibes, but it is an adult fantasy. There's some language and some spice in there, so just be aware of that. And there is LGBTQ+ representation in the book. Next up is probably one of my favorite books of the year so far. It's Legends and Lattes by Travis Baldree. It's about an orc who wants to give up her past as an arms for hire and start a coffee shop where coffee has never been heard of. It's got friendship, it's got coffee and pastries and cozy vibes. There's some love in there, and there is LGBTQ+ representation in the book. Next up, I've got some middle grade YA cozy adventures for you. I don't want to just call them cozy fantasies because there is some adventure and violence in these books, but they are definitely comforting reads, so that's why I'm calling them cozy. First off, we have Redwall, which is about an abbey that is inhabited by mice and how they have to fight off an evil tyrant rat with the help of other woodland creatures. It definitely has cozy fall vibes. There's lots of food description, but it's a great adventure book that I think most ages would love. And of course, it wouldn't be fall if I didn't talk about Harry Potter. We're getting into the colder seasons, and just reading witchy wizard books I think is perfect for this time of year. So you can't really go wrong. So it might be time to reread, or for the first time, read the Harry Potter series. Next up, I've got some graphic novels that are perfect for this time of year. And first is Sheets by Brianna Thumler. And it is about a teen named Marjorie who's trying to keep her family's laundromat afloat, and a ghost comes to visit. It's a heartwarming story, and I think it's perfect for this time of year because it's got Halloween vibes. Next is Pumpkinheads by Rainbow Rowell. It's about two teens who are working a fall festival and they're trying to chase down a crush. It's got cute fall vibes, and there is LGBTQ+ representation. Now, those are all books that I have already read, but these are my fall TBR or to be read list. First off, I have a graphic novel. It is The Dire Days of Willow Weep Manor. Goodreads says the graphic novel is about a teenager who is swept up in a strange new universe governed by the rules of gothic romances and must save it from an all-consuming evil in order to return home. So definitely excited about this one. It definitely sounds like a unique read. Now getting into novels, right now I'm reading on my Kindle Divine Rivals. I'm about halfway through this one and I'm really enjoying it. It is about two journalist rivals who end up having to go to the front lines of war, and it's a war between gods and how they find love in the process. Something Wicked This Way Comes by Ray Bradbury is a YA fantasy, and it is about a strange carnival that comes to Greentown, Illinois, and about two friends who discover the cost of wishes and the nightmares of the carnival. Next up is Night Circus by Erin Morgenstern, and it is another sort of haunted carnival vibe book. It is about two rival magicians who have to compete in an intense competition, and the stage is a sinister circus, and they have to play the evil games of the circus and how they might find love. Last but not least is Monstrous by Marcy Kate Connolly. It's a middle grade fantasy about a city that is being terrorized by an evil wizard and girls are going missing. But there is one girl who has tail and wings and how she befriends a boy who knows about the mysterious evil and the magic that's going on in town. So those are my fall recommendations and the books I'm looking forward to reading this fall. Let me know what you are looking forward to this fall, if you're into all the fall spooky sort of vibes, or if you like cozy, comforting reads. Let me know what you're reading, if you were interested in any of these books, or if you've read any of them. Let me know what your thoughts were, and I'll catch you guys later.